What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Ashley Stashbox. We're coming at you with another episode of the Florida edition. Second round's on us.
You were going to say who you got, John.
I'm still in like the spooky empire mode.
Why? You lost.
You know what? It was a well-fought battle.
It was not a well-fought battle. What was the well-fought battle of a 21-2 victory for me?
I think if we would have waited till after last night's episode of The Walking Dead aired, maybe we would have got a little more Negan love.
I didn't watch it. Was it good? Was it a good one?
I'm pretty sure it was going to be good.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it. I was working last night. I didn't get out until 4 in the morning. I'm drinking an Amp energy drink right now and a Corona.
Nice.
I'm double fisting.
Oh, double fisting all the way. I'm not double fisting. I'm drinking a Corona Extra.
Today is October 30th.
God, it is.
It is. Tomorrow is Halloween, so we're going to have a nice little Halloween episode.
Cheers to Halloween.
Cheers to Halloween.
Cheers to Halloween. Very nice. And cheers to the messenger. Very nice. Very nice. And cheers to Spooky Empire. It was pretty badass.
Cheers to Spooky Empire.
Cheers to Spooky Empire was pretty badass.
How was your first Florida convention?
I enjoyed it. A lot. If most of the listeners out there, including the crew itself, New York crew.
Cheers to New York crew.
If you noticed, we actually gained a lot of followers.
We did.
We gained a lot of followers.
I was actually very excited that night, getting all the notifications, and we were getting more Florida love back from Spooky Empire. Everyone was so nice.
Yeah, they were cool.
They had a lot of fun doing the Who You Got challenge, I could tell.
I know, and I can't wait for when we do like MegaCon.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going to probably remember us now.
Oh, yeah.
To the point they're going to be like, oh, we got to do it.
We made an impression.
We did. We did make an impression. We were the only ones really going around interviewing and talking to people as much like that. Everybody stops for a picture, but we're like, not only do we want a picture, we want a little more from you.
Yeah.
And they want Freddy Krueger, so they're cool.
We want you on our Instagram. We want to know what you're doing. We want to.
And they were doing a lot.
They were.
Jenn got fucking made friends with Pennywise and
Mary Shaw.
Yeah, and Mary Shaw.
Little smoking buddies.
Yeah, they were pretty cool though. She was really excited that I actually knew who her character was. She was like, "Oh my god, you actually know?"
She did not like Negan at all.
No, she did.
There was some deep-seated issues she had with Negan.
She despised Negan.
Yeah.
She literally said he needs to die because of this, and you're just like, "Well, you're voting Freddy, aren't you?"
I was a little scared / turned on by her enthusiasm. She was fun though. She was a cool chick. She was definitely full in character. I loved that. The makeup.
The makeup was really good. She had Billy. With her.
I think my favorite makeup though from Spooky Empire though was Zombie Merida from Brave.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
She was Thriller.
She killed it.
She had the legit Thriller makeup going on.
She had an arrow going through her. Like the time and effort. That girl must have got up at 6 in the morning to start that makeup.
No way I would do that.
But that's what cosplay is about. It's about dedication.
Yeah, I'm not that dedicated.
See, I'm halfway dedicated. I'll get up at 9 and I'll have a coffee and then
I'll start at 11.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Being at the con at 2, it's all right.
Yeah, you get there when you get there.
This is true. I mean, usually I know in New York City Comic Con we used to get there really early. Mm-hmm. It's not worth getting there too early.
No.
You wait outside for about 2 hours.
See, I'm good on waiting. I'm not a big waiter. I like to get in. I like to get my pictures taken. I like to take my pictures.
Buy something.
Buy some wall stuff, some necklaces, some bath bombs.
And you're running out of space.
I have no space on my walls.
As you can see, my walls are completely fucking empty. We are actually in my new apartment, me and Jenn and Christian's new apartment, and it's echoed in here, and there's nothing on the walls.
What are we gonna? The Smooth Palace.
Oh, that's a good thing. I don't know. What should
this be? Because I have the Smash Lair.
The Smash Lair. That's your bedroom. And the other part is just the stash box.
Yes.
This would be the I don't know. Oh, that's a good one. I have to come up with a name.
You should, and then get a big sign right when you walk in.
When I got my car, I called it Tallulah, and Jenn told me no, which I was
Why Tallulah?
Cool Runnings.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't allowed to call it Tallulah, but I can call it Cool Runnings.
That would be a hilarious name for your house. Cool Runnings.
But that peace be the journey? Because that's what Cool Runnings means. peace be the journey. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna have to think about that.
We're gonna have to let that one simmer.
We're gonna have to figure that one out.
Okay.
It's a tough one.
So today we're going to be talking about our favorite Halloween movies.
You know what? Before we get into that, I want to ask you, how does it feel, your first ever Who You Got challenge?
It was a humbling experience. It was definitely I'm gonna have to say I shouldn't have been so hungover for going to a convention, being thrown to the wolves, I guess you could say. Hey, do interview them. Ba ba ba. That was a little much, but once I had my sip of Mick Ultra, the hair bit the dog, I was good. Yeah. I felt fine. And I found my groove, I think. It was interesting. I had a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, you broke... What it is you pretty much just open the door, you break the glass, you shatter the glass, and now you get used to how it is. That's the biggest, I would say, peeve that a lot of people have when they started on this show was when you have to walk up to a random stranger and talk to them.
Yeah.
That's instead of just going, hey, can I take a picture? Now it turns into, by the way, can I talk to you for a second?
And watching you do it was a little intimidating because for you, it seemed like it just flowed right out of you. Like, ba-da-da-da-da, you want to do this? We do this thing. We have this great podcast. And for me, I felt like I was just like the timid turtle. Like, hi, can I ask you a question? My name is Ashley.
My name's Ashley. Hi.
And then it was weird for me because it was like I was meeting a new part of myself because even as a bartender, I'm not like that. Because I have people that come up to me that want something from me. So It was like being on the other side of the fence, which was a whole new experience. But it was a lot of fun. And by the end of it, I was exhausted and I was happy that we did it.
I think you did a great job, too.
Thanks.
Like, you nailed it. Like, in the beginning, you can see that you were nervous. But as we started breaking it down, because in the long run, you just got to have fun with it.
It was nerves and, like, tequila aftershock from the night before.
Gotcha.
I partied a little too hard as Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld Friday night.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I got my little kicks in all night, and I was done that morning, but I wanted to go really bad to Spooky Empire, and I'm so glad I did because it was a blast. It was a blast.
It was a lot of fun. We met a lot of great people. We had a lot of beers. We bought some shit.
We did.
And Christian almost ran people over with his the car the little car that he stepped on the gas and it shot backwards because it was in reverse. Almost ran somebody over.
He met the creepiest, most amazing Pennywise person. Yep. Like the voice.
That was wrong.
That guy had the voice down pat. It even gave me the chills.
That's Jen's friend now. That's actually Mary Shaw's husband.
What a fun couple they must be.
That is an awesome couple.
I would love to invite them to like a New Year's Eve party or something.
I would watch movies with them too.
Yeah, for sure.
They were really cool. Jen actually has all their information, so you know what? We should actually contact them, bring them on the show.
We should.
As a guest. I think that would be pretty.
That would be fun.
But you brought up like Halloween costumes.
I'm
ready for Halloween talk.
By
the way, I won the first ever Who You Got challenge.
In case you didn't pick that up.
In case you didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to Malave it right now. Because, I didn't go back to back. I am the first original. The first one to do it. Oh, cheers to Mr. Malave. Of course, we miss Mr. Malave. He's not here. Obviously, he's back in New York. I heard in GameCon, though, they did a great job.
I watched their videos on Instagram. They look like they had a lot of fun.
I'm glad that they did.
Yeah.
You can see it. There was that one person touched them. Like, they were actually saying that it actually touched them in the heart. So it was great to hear that. I've been to GameCon. I went there last year, and to learn what these people do, these game developers, it is a touching thing that it's pretty cool how much you can put your life into something to get that far.
Video games have a very interesting effect on people. I remember the first video game I actually really got into was BioShock, and I remember when the third one came out, I cried because the graphics were so gorgeous.
It got so much better.
It was, and the storyline, and when the end, it was so moving for me. And yeah, if I ever met one of the creators of BioShock, I definitely would have like a "we're not worthy."
Oh, Wayne's
World moment and just bow down. Yeah, for sure.
We suck. We suck. But yeah, I hear they had a really great time, and I'm glad they did. They did a really good job from what I see, which shows they're holding it down while we hold it down over here. But again, it is your topic. We're gonna talk some Halloween.
Let's talk some Halloween.
Let's talk some candy.
Candy?
Trick or treat.
Trick-or-treating.
Trick or treat.
What is your favorite go-to candy for Halloween?
Oh, that's a fucked up question. I'm mad you started that way. I think I'd have to go Milky Way.
Milky Way.
I think I'd have to go with the Milky Ways because the Milky Ways are good. They got caramel in it.
Okay.
But it's chocolate, but it's good.
See, I'm more of a Reese's peanut butter cup kind of girl.
Oh, that's fucked up because now I'm thinking that's a good one too.
And I saw this video on Facebook. Do you say Reese's Pieces or Reese's Pieces?
Reese's Pieces.
See, I've always gone back and forth. I've said Reese's Pieces, which is weird.
Reese's Pieces.
I know, it's a guy named Reese's, and these are his pieces. But for some reason, I've known people that have also said Reese's Pieces.
I don't think I've ever met anybody that said Reese's Pieces.
Really?
I don't think so.
See, now I feel crazy because under every other circumstance, yes, I can read pieces just fine in like normal context.
It's pieces.
Yeah, it's pieces. Boom, done.
Yeah, it's definitely pieces.
But then when it comes to candy, I don't know why, but my brain wants to say pieces.
Pieces. Well, even in the commercial, they say Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not Reese's.
I mean, is it a Florida thing? Am I just...
I guess. Maybe it's a
weird.
Queens thing. I don't know.
First of all... I feel like it's got to be like a southern, like, Reese's Pieces.
Reese's. I don't know. That's Reese's? I don't know. I'm going to ask the next time I see somebody else from Florida that's actually from... Every time we've met somebody, they're from New York.
Yeah.
They're all like, I'm from Long Island.
Yeah.
I'm from the Bronx. I'm like...
This is where a lot of New Yorkers come.
Yeah, we all moved down.
My mom was the first out of her family to move us down here, and then slowly but surely all my cousins, my aunts.
They migrated.
Yeah, we're migrating birds.
Everybody flocks down. But yeah, everybody so far has never actually told me they're a Floridian. They're just like, no, I'm from New York, man. And I'm like, one guy said snap, and I was like, you're fucking from New York.
I think we're all in denial. Nobody wants to actually say they're a true Floridian.
That's probably what it is.
Like, oh, I'm from somewhere else. I'm not from
Because it makes you feel better when you're like, I'm from Brooklyn. They're like, oh.
Because Florida gets a bad rap. All my New Yorker family, they send me these articles like a Florida man did this.
The Florida man ate the person after
bath
smoking
salts. And a Florida woman bit her umbilical cord after giving birth high on crack in a motel room. Like, that's not all of Florida.
It's not. We have Disney.
We do.
That's the happiest place on earth, technically.
Supposedly.
Quote unquote.
But what was trick-or-treating like in Brooklyn? When you
man. You know what? It used to be, so it was me, my mom. My mom used to always come. My dad never really came. And, well, that's probably because he was working. Because it used to be after school. And we used to actually, for some strange reason, we wouldn't trick-or-treat in our neighborhood. We would drive to Bensonhurst. Okay. Which is where money is.
Nice.
And you would go there because you know you're getting good candy.
Full bars? Or just better candy?
No, you were getting full bar candy. Nice. You were getting money sometimes. Sometimes they would drop like dollar bills, $5 bills.
What?
One time we went to this guy, I still remember, we rang the doorbell. There was a dude, he was like, oh, I don't have any more candy. But pulls out fucking soda. And he's like, you guys can have this. Now, obviously the parents, like my mom and my friend's parents would be like, because you don't really know. Yeah. But the area we were in was a very rich neighborhood. Okay. And yeah, we had the soda. The guy one time pulled out a bottle of champagne. He was like, this is for your parents. I'm like, whoa.
What kind of neighborhood?
They're Bensonhurst. Bensonhurst, there's a good area of Bensonhurst that for some reason my mom and her friend always knew where to go. It's that. Garrison Beach is also a great place. If you want to get some cocaine while your kids are trick-or-treating, Garrison Beach is a place to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that bad, though? Like, you know, your son walks up there and walks up and they're trick-or-treating. You walk over, trick-or-treat. Yeah. And they give you, like, an 8-ball. Because they do that over there.
Well, I don't know why, but cocaine's so associated with, like, the money because it's so expensive.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Rich people. I had a bunch of girls this past weekend that worked a Halloween party, and they said they were just finding 8-balls on the floor.
That's precious.
Just, like, all over the place. Like, what kind of... But they all made, like, $600, so...
It's a rich man's fucking drug. But we like pot.
Yeah. This is definitely a medicinal podcast.
Yeah, I'd rather... I mean, it's pretty obvious since if you look at all the people that have been a part of it besides Alex... Because, you know, Alex is obviously straight edge.
Good.
But, you know, we like our drinks and some of us like our pot.
Yes.
Not going to say who, but Mr. Malave likes his pot.
Under the bus. But it's funny. Cheers to Mr. Malave.
And cheers to Miss A-Town Ryan.
Aww.
Of course, we miss Miss A-Town Ryan. Ashley hasn't had the pleasure of meeting Mr. A-Town Ryan, but
I will one of these days.
One of these days. And cheers to Jade.
Cheers to
Miss
Jade.
Jade Phoenix. She's out there working her ass off right now, from what I hear. So she's...
We appreciate your service, ma'am.
You're doing a great job, Jade.
You're killing it.
As always, I tap you. You can't see me, but I tap you.
Jade did good.
Jade did good.
Yay.
Smashbox.
Smashbox.
We love
I'm
you,
never
Jade.
going to live that down.
We love you, Jade. All right, so what about for you? What was trick-or-treating like for you?
In
I
Florida?
got money.
See, in Florida, it was way different.
Would you get keychains?
No. I definitely remember there was a dentist when I was little that lived on like 2 blocks away. And he would give out the little mini packs of toothpaste.
I have got that before.
And toothbrushes.
Mm-hmm.
And no. First of all, what kid wants to be reminded of cavities and going to the dentist when they're dressed up like the Pink Power Ranger or Belle from Beauty and the Beast?
Nice.
And it's like, oh yeah, and the cavity candy, the candy that detects plaque on your teeth. That's not candy.
It's not candy.
No, there was always raisins. Old grapes are not candy. No,
yeah, no.
Not a fan of that. But there was a lot of kids in my neighborhood because it was a newer development. So when we went out, I would see a bunch of kids from my class, from my school, and we'd all kind of gang up. Our moms would kind of trail behind us, making sure we were safe and everything was okay. Pretty sure they were drinking, had a few beers with them. Because it's not like we're driving and going anywhere far away.
You're always walking.
Yeah.
When it comes to trick-or-treating. That's really what trick-or-treating is.
But the worst part about it was we were near like a pond, so there was a lot of mosquitoes out. So the mosquito bite factor was terrible. You're walking around in costume, you're getting bit up. Mom's spraying you with the bug spray every 10, 15.
Smell like it and shit.
Yeah, you just smell like horrible, and you're sticky and you're hot because... Surprisingly, it's finally cooled down for Halloween this year in Florida. Which
it is cool
great.
down here. I will say that.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful out right now.
I enjoy it.
Lovely.
Hoodie weather. It's hoodie weather.
Perfect.
I love hoodie weather.
I can wear a beanie. I don't have to brush my hair. I'm excited. But I've always liked Halloween in Florida. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, and it's honestly what got me into cosplay. I love it.
I like Halloween because of the movies. That's what always got me in TV, but mostly... Oh, if you really think about it, most television shows, when they had Halloween episodes, were probably one of the best episodes.
Oh, gosh.
Boy Meets World Halloween episode, when when they were killing them all, fucking amazing.
See, my favorite were the Home Improvement ones, because Tim Allen would always do some crazy, a haunted house, or build some crazy contraption... for their Halloween party or for the show, and something would go wrong. I always thought they had really good Halloween episodes. Full House, I think, had terrible ones because it was just so campy. And
they kept it the same thing, though. Like
yeah.
That's King of Queens had a really good one when Arthur got a heart attack because he was afraid of ghosts. And it was a ghost or it was a skeleton? It was a skeleton because it was he hated Halloween. So Ron knows. Ron knows when he gets the heart attack because he saw a fucking paper ghost and he's like, "How do?" And it's a paper ghost. I love it. But he hated Halloween.
Oh man, see, we just watched the Family Matters Halloween one.
Oh my God, Family Matters is a great show.
Urkel. It's funny. I was reading an article the other day. Urkel, was only supposed to be on like 1 or 2 episodes, but he made such a big impact on the writers, and they loved him so much that he became the star of the show.
Yep.
That's why they canned Judy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so sad. Judy literally goes upstairs to put the laundry away. Never comes back downstairs. Just disappears.
She just vanished.
In the Family Matters universe.
Yep.
And then she did porn.
I mean, sometimes you need to fuck, That's the way I look at it. Sometimes...
Poor Judy Winslow.
If you go to do some fucking laundry and you just vanish, sometimes you need to fuck. And in the way for her, We remember that.
They should have wrote that into the porn. Like, she's still up there holding this bag of, like, this thing of laundry. And it's like, Judy, what are you doing up here?
And it could have been Urkel. It could have been Urkel that fucked it. Not Jaleel White.
Dancing up there.
Yeah, walking up there. Hey.
Did I do that?
Did I do that? As he's getting down. And
as he's pulling his pants down.
Wasn't Urkel in not Family Matters, Full House. Full House. Didn't he show up in Full House?
He did. I think they did like a crossover TGI Fridays, like weekend or night. And he was a babysitter, I want to say.
Okay, that sounds a little more familiar, yeah.
Which makes no sense because Family Matters is set in Chicago.
They're in San Francisco.
How did he get here for a babysitting role? I'm not really sure. But ever since Hulu added all the TGI Friday shows, like Home Improvement, Boy Meets World, Full House, Family Matters, we've been binging. We've been having our own TGI Friday night, like every week.
I remember watching that all the time. You know what's funny? Because Netflix has Fuller House, but not Full House.
See, and I tried to watch Fuller House.
I've seen the first season.
I'm not a fan.
It's okay. Stephanie has some big boobs.
She does.
She's got some big boobs. And I'm cool with it. I like it.
I wonder if she still gets a lot of grief for all that terrible dancing she did in Full House, because she was the dancer. Yeah, and they've made so many mashup videos of her dancing on Full House to like Kendrick Lamar, like on Facebook, and they're so cringeworthy, but they're hilarious.
What's her name again? Do you remember what her real name was?
Oh gosh, you're gonna make me Google it.
I forgot. Because I know...
Jodie Sweetin.
Jodie Sweetin, right. Candace Cameron is DJ.
Yes.
And obviously the Olsen twins are...
The Olsen twins.
They're Michelle.
But I did like the fact that in the first season of Fuller House, they kept making little jokes at
they didn't want to come back.
That they weren't going to be there.
Yep.
And then I heard that they asked their sister...
They asked Elizabeth Olsen.
To replace Michelle.
She did say yeah, but she was filming Avengers, so...
I see. I would feel weird if I was Elizabeth Olsen. Like, oh, you're coming on to take on...
Elizabeth Olsen is the most popular Olsen right now.
Well, for sure. And I think... But I also read that Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen know they're not good actresses.
Well, yeah, that's probably why they got into the fashion world.
Yeah.
Because they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, no. They're billionaires, right? They're millionaires. They're up there.
Billionaires.
They're up there with the money.
I know the fashion world. They're doing pretty good right now. So there's no reason for them to come back.
They're one of the few child actors whose parents didn't squander all of their money. They put it away for them, and they put it to work for them.
Yeah,
which was amazing.
And they went to drugs, so that's good.
Yeah.
One of them was there when Heath Ledger killed himself. So.
I want more answers on that.
She did it. I'm telling you, she did it.
Why would the massage therapist call one of the Olsens? Like, that makes no sense to me.
She killed Heath.
What does she have to gain from killing Heath Ledger, though? Did she not want there to be a Joker Batman movie?
No, there was going to be a Full House Joker special. and he was down, and she was like, I can't do this.
Why so serious? Danny Tanner.
Oh my God! As he's mopping the floors and shit. Bob Saget, who's the craziest comedian who says all the dirtiest things you'll ever hear.
Oh, I've seen him live.
Oh my God, you've seen him live?
Yes.
Oh.
He came to UCF. At least 10 years ago, and I went with a group of friends. They invited me. I was like, Bob Saget. I went in thinking it's gonna be this like, oh, let's talk about Full House and. Not even. He talked about pretending like to finger Kimmy Gibbler, and my ears and my eyes. I hid. I was only 19. I didn't want to hear that. In my mind, Full House was still this very sheltered, wholesome show. And then ever since his comedy careers took off, we found out that he's been this dirtball, like horny old man this entire time.
He's great.
Oh, it's so gross.
I think Half-Baked is what really first made me go, wait.
You ever suck dick?
You ever suck dick for coke? And I was like, that's Danny Tanner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bob
Wake
Saget
Up San Francisco's Danny Tanner.
Wake Up San Francisco. He's sucking dick for coke.
That's how he wakes up for San Francisco.
But he was like that before he got the Full House fucking gig.
Yeah.
That's how he was. He got the gig and he was like, fuck it, I'll make some money. And he got America's Funniest Home Videos too.
Which he still had to keep up that.
Yeah, he had to be
that all-American dad.
America's
let's watch videos of dads getting kicked in the nuts and all that stuff.
Look at the baby falling off the couch. It's cute, and you're like, I think it broke its arm.
Yeah, why are we all laughing at this?
But you win $1,000. So
see, honestly, I'd laugh at anything for $1,000. But
I would do a lot for it.
I read that he got in trouble on set at Full House because they had a stand-in for Michelle and Ashley, like a doll, like a little 3-foot plastic doll that they would have stand-in when they couldn't have the girls in there for the set, and he, I guess, had one perform fellatio on him while it was standing there.
That's nice.
How? Why? First of all, gross, Danny Tanner. But I guess you can't change a man like that. He's very set in his ways.
Wait, was he wearing his gloves at the time?
I was you know what I'm imagining? Like he's wearing the hairnet, he's cleaning, he's got the gloves, the mop, and he's just moving this plastic head in front of him.
With a Brillo pen.
Yeah, Joey's like, cut it out.
As fucking Jesse sitting there singing Forever.
Yeah. Making a Beach Boys reference.
Oh my God.
Have mercy.
Have mercy.
Oh my God. He still looks great though.
Everybody loves John Stamos.
Who doesn't?
I think I never was a big fan of Glee, but when he was on one of the episodes when they did Rocky Horror Picture, I tuned in because it was John Stamos.
He was the dentist. I didn't watch a lot of Glee.
And Rocky Horror Picture? No, he was.
Wasn't he the dentist on the show? Like all the girls were gonna go see him.
Oh, was he? I don't remember that.
I just watched like one or two seasons, and then I kind of fell off the Glee boat.
I mean,
I was getting a lot of.
I love John Stamos.
Yeah,
I think John Stamos can't age.
No,
his hair definitely doesn't age.
No, Becky has aged a lot worse than he has.
Yes. She has.
But she still looks fabulous, though.
Yeah, she still looks pretty good. I would do her.
Speaking of aging horribly, we saw a lot of celebrities at Spooky Empire.
We did. We got Vicky Valancourt.
Vicky Valancourt.
Vicky Valancourt was there. I didn't get a chance to meet her, though.
She wasn't at her table a lot. I think because she had a long line. I would get exhausted hugging.
And walk away.
Hugging and signing things for strangers all day.
She definitely went out for a cigarette.
Yeah. I wish we would have saw John Cusack, though.
Where was John?
I just wanted to make eyes at him.
Yeah, where was John?
Put the vibe out there. Like, hey.
I would fuck you.
Yeah. But, daddy issues more or less, but
Which is, I would fuck you hard.
Hot Tub Time Machine, John Cusack. Heck, even Better Off Dead, John Cusack.
Oh, wow,
in the
okay.
80s. He was so adorable in that movie. But Shannon Elizabeth.
We saw nobody was by her.
Oh, what was her name in American Pie? I forget.
Nadia. Nadia's got boobs.
It was weird seeing her fully clothed. I'm not going to lie.
It was definitely weird.
It made me uncomfortable. But she looked good.
I thought she looked very good. But she was... her line was empty. Nobody really was at... I remember we were talking about it. I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to walk over and at least say what's up. I'm not paying for it. It was $40 to actually... What was it? Take a picture or get an autograph with her?
It was
a selfie. Selfie was $40.
It was $40 for I think everything.
Right.
To meet, to get an autograph. I feel like if you would have been like, "Hey, I just want to say what's up," she would have been like, "Hi." $40.
Probably. She reminds me of kind of a bitch. She was on her phone half the time.
Yeah. Every time I saw her, she was on her phone, and I can't really blame her. I was a little confused as to why she was there, and it wasn't until I remembered that she was in Scary Movie that I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's why
she was in a quote-unquote horror film. It's not horror. It's a campy movie.
No.
She's just got really big boobs.
Yeah.
Well, at least
and they're nice.
Way. Yeah. And she's got a nice smile.
Yeah,
she's pretty.
She's gorgeous.
She's definitely good looking. But at that moment, we were going to actually walk over and say hello to her is when we had these two dudes were actually paying for her.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, all right, we're not doing that.
We couldn't follow up on that. They were in love with her. They were diehard fans.
They were like, oh my God, give me an autograph. I don't want a fucking autograph. I just want to say, hey, saw you naked. Look at that.
Some of the kids from It, the new movie It, were
there.
Yeah. That was cool just to see them.
Yeah.
Hey, you're real. You're not floating. That was fun.
You're not floating. The girl was there. She was
there.
Wyatt was there. That's the one we mainly got a chance to see because he was in the corner.
Yeah, he was all the way at the end. Ben, the husky boy was there. Mm-hmm. I forget the name. The Jewish kid was there.
That was Weiss. He was Stan.
Stan. See, of course I wanted to see the Finn. The kid from Stranger Things.
Wanted Stranger Things.
But he's out promoting Stranger Things because that just came out.
Did you watch anything of it?
This new Stranger Things, we're I think into like the 4th episode. It's good.
Of the 2nd season.
Yes.
Right? Now, it is true that Dak Montgomery's in it, right? The Red Ranger from the new Power Ranger movie.
That I don't know.
Yes, because I know he is in it. You didn't see him yet? Unless you did see him and not realize it was him.
I don't know. I have to look at him.
I know he's in it.
I have to look at him. Sean Astin is in it.
I heard Sean Astin.
Paul Reiser is in it.
Ooh.
From Mad About You.
Oh.
Little 90s throwback.
I have to watch that. Because we're going to do a review on Stranger Things 2.
Okay.
For sure. We have to do that.
We have to. I have to finish it.
I have to start.
We just saw an episode, though, that was really hard for me to watch. And then after that, I was like, I need a break. That was emotionally, like, too much for me. That's going to be... That deserves a beer break. Go get a beer.
I'm going to go get a beer.
What is his name? Dak?
Dak Montgomery. He was the Red Ranger in the new Power Ranger movie.
I don't know how to spell Dak.
I mean, I call him Dak.
Oh, it's like...
Dacre.
Dak Ray.
Yeah, I think that's what Alex calls him. I call him Dak Montgomery.
Oh, he is in Stranger Things. He's an a-hole.
Oh, he is an asshole, right?
Yes.
Is he a good asshole, though?
No, he's a terrible asshole.
Look, he's got long hair.
He's got a mullet. Oh, I don't like him in that show. But I'm still, I'm only in the 4th episode in, so maybe he has some redeeming qualities that I am unaware of that come later in the season. I don't know. But I did read that Will Byers' older brother in the show got arrested for cocaine possession at LAX airport on TMZ.
Oh, okay.
I found that hilarious because he does have this, mysterious, quality about him on the show, but now it's he's geeked out of his mind.
He looks like Daryl from The Walking Dead.
He does.
With short hair.
Yeah. Clean shaven, pre-apocalypse Daryl. Young teenage Daryl.
I see him looking like Daryl.
Yeah. And
he's actually going to be in the new X-Men movie that's coming out.
Who is he going to be in that?
It's the New Mutants movie.
Okay.
That they're doing. I think he's Cannonball, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh.
That's the one they're turning into a horror movie.
I would just like to see him do something other than, hey, Will, are you okay? It's just, he's very...
Where's my brother?
Yeah. Have you seen Will? Nancy, come talk to me. It's just so depressing.
And then Nancy's like, what happened to Barb? She's dead! She died.
It just bugs me because no one wants to tell her parents.
Yeah, right?
Didn't they all see Barb in the what's upside down?
The upside down world, yeah.
Who else saw her? Because was it the mom? I forget. In the season 1, who saw her? Winona Ryder sees her, and the cop was with her. Hopper.
Yeah, and was it Hopkins? Right?
It's Hopper.
Harper, right? Yeah.
Hawkins is where they live.
Yeah, they live in Hawkins, right? He's the new Hellboy.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I forgot he's the new Hellboy. But only those two see Barb.
But as a police officer, as a man of the law, wouldn't you have written up a report?
Be like, she died.
Yeah. She got some.
She got died in an upside down world.
Yeah, she got snakes in her mouth.
She did. She had snakes in her mouth.
She did.
I still remember we were at New York City Comic Con last year. Our buddies at GMP actually was doing an interview, and they were asking us what we thought of Stranger Things. Now it's me and Alex. Keep in mind, never saw Stranger Things. He did. I didn't watch it. So they're like, all right. So do you think Barb is still alive? Alex was like, no. And I'm sitting there going, oh no, she's alive. I was like, I believe that regardless, she will come back. She will stay alive. Then I watched the show. I hit up fucking the guy GMP from Bobby, and I'm like, yo, dude, she's fucking dead. He was like, yeah, no, she's dead. I was like, probably should have watched it before you interviewed me.
Because it's weird. Will got taken before her.
Right.
But he was a fighter. He fought to survive in the Upside Down. I think he hid.
But I think that's why we're season 2's here, to find out how is that possible. Because she died instantly.
Yeah.
She got pulled from the pool. It was...
But wasn't she... she was bleeding already. So
what was it? A finger cut or...
Beer. I think it was beer. A beer can cut her.
The cutter, right?
Yeah, they were all shotgunning beers. Maybe cool high school students which was this. If you notice that he was like, "Oh, we're having a big party at my parents' house." There was 5 people.
There was 5 people there.
5 people at this mansion.
There was.
It was a
and
huge
it was a
party.
big motherfucking house.
Yeah, huge. But yeah, she's bleeding. The Demogorgon smells the blood, and I think, yeah, he's like, "Oh, wounded animal, prey, boom, got her." And then she's
Will wasn't bleeding.
She's dead. Yeah, I don't think he was. Maybe
no, he was just taken. He was. They chased him
just
into
fresh off a game of D&D with his buds.
Yeah, it was a good game of D&D.
And then the Demogorgon comes.
Finn was the one that was actually the dungeon master. Is that what it's called?
I have a friend that's a dungeon master, and you know I gotta give it to him because there's a lot of time and effort that he goes into writing.
And you need a good
these
imagination.
Stories and creating these characters. He will literally just sit at my bar and write these detailed descriptions and backstories for characters, and I'm like, why? How could you do this? But he does it every Wednesday. I'll give it to him. He's dedicated, and he's in his 30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still playing it?
Yeah, I know people that are in their 40s that still play this.
Yeah, no, and that's cool to
Have you ever played it?
No.
I've never played it either.
I can't.
I saw the rule book. Have you seen the rule book?
No.
It's about that big. And I looked and I was like, I don't need to play it.
I'm good.
I have the dice though. I do have all the dice.
Oh, the many-sided dice.
Yeah, I have those dice.
There's like a fancy name for those. What are those called?
Dice.
Just dice?
Yeah, I'm going to go with dice. They're different colors too, but I'm going to go with dice.
There were a lot of little shops at Spooky Empire that had just a jar of the dice. Mm-hmm. Pick them out, different colors, different types of stones they were made out of. It's a lot of time and money invested into that game.
People like D&D.
It's been around forever.
It has. It's been around for a really long time. And they don't even, and you know what's funny? I have not seen an online version of this yet. They need to invest. But I think that's the whole point. It's not supposed to be online. It's not supposed to be interactive like that. It's supposed to be at the table, sitting down, using your imagination instead of an online version.
Which, you know what? I like that because as far as we've come and we're so jaded with technology, the fact that like a group of friends can still sit down, no phones, pull out this board, throw their dice, read from a story. Like, that's cool. Yeah. That's what I like about like this like kind of nerdy community, that we still stick to our roots.
Yeah, that's why we like to play Monopoly and not throw the board all over the place.
Oh yeah, just flip the coffee table when your family's like fucking you over in that game.
It's okay. Sometimes you gotta make sure that they have 2 hotels. Regardless, you can burn that shit down anyway. Yeah. But I hate Monopoly. It's not a good game.
No.
But there is actually, I know their Dungeons & Dragons has their own superhero version. Okay. And I seen it, and I actually wanted to try it out one day. But again, the rule book's about this big. And I was like, no, I can't do it. This is too much. I don't like to read as much. I've been getting into reading, but I don't want to read 200 pages.
Yeah, I don't want to read a rule book.
Of 200 pages.
Yeah, no, there have been jobs that I have turned down because of like the beer and liquor lists they've given me are binders full of, and I have to know all these words about beers and these descriptions, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
You're like, nah.
This beer tastes great. This beer tastes bad. That's as far as my descriptions go.
That's how it should be. It's simple. What do you want? Budweiser, Coors Light. Pick one. I like Budweiser. There you go.
I'm a Corona girl. Cheers to Corona.
Cheers to Corona. I like my Stella Artois. Mm-hmm. I like Stella Artois, but I could drink my Corona. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty easy when it comes to beer.
I come from a Corona family. I think that's just like what I used to sneak with my parents.
I come from a Heineken family.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents love Heineken.
Yeah, I used to sneak Coronas on the weekends, like when my parents were out of town. Like, oh, I'll try a beer, being bad girl. And then when I turned 21, I was like, that was my go-to. Yeah. Stick with my roots.
Yeah, my parents are big on Heineken, but my mother's a bartender, so I got a chance to try all the fucking beers. I used to work at the bar as a barback. Okay. So I'd go downstairs, I have to bring beer up. I'd be like...
Pulling beers, getting bottles, getting ice.
Getting ice, that's the most fun.
Doing all the hard stuff. Cutting fruit.
No, I didn't have to do that.
Oh, really?
No, my mom would do that herself.
See,
like doing that
I convinced my barback to let me cut the fruit just so I can sit. I just need to sit sometimes.
Oh, and man, she would be standing too. Fucking lime.
I couldn't do
now orange, because Blue Moon and it's gay beer. And
Blue Moon is a gay beer.
I hate Blue Moon. Blue Moon is a homosexual beer. I'm not against homosexuals, keep that in mind, but I just
You mean gay in like the lame way?
Yes, as I said, homosexual, but
yeah.
no, in the lame way.
I don't like wheat beers. I don't know. It's just like I feel like these craft beers and these flavored beers in the past 7 years have come out of nowhere.
Like Samuel Adams and all that.
Yeah, it's like what? Can we just stick with like normal stuff?
I have to agree.
Oh, is this beer sour? I don't know. I just opened it. It shouldn't be
beer.
bad. Like I'm so confused and thrown off by this. But you know what? I blame hipsters. I have to, because it's all their fault that we have to get all these new beers and everyone's making beer in their garage and it's all fancy.
This is cherry apple.
Gross. I don't want
cider.
Fruit
That's huge now. Cider.
I sell so many Angry Orchards. I feel like that's got to be a girl thing though, because I'll get girls that come in.
I've seen a lot of dudes drink
really?
that shit. Like
I get with girls, it's either like, I want a vodka soda. Oh, I want an Angry Orchard. Do you have Red's Apple Ale? And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Have you tried that? I've never tried it.
I've tried it, and to me, it tastes like Apple Mike's Hard Lemonade. It tastes like sugar, like bitch beers.
Bitch beers, yeah.
Yeah, like
Mike's Hard is definitely a bitch beer.
I'm gonna have the worst hangover ever.
Because of sugar.
It's like something like a pervert would bring on a Catch a Predator when he's going to the girl's house. Like, I brought some Angry Orchards.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Yeah,
oh God, it's Chris Hansen.
It's like apple juice. Like
it's Chris Hansen.
There's some cookies on the counter. I gotta change.
And that was the best. And it was always an Indian. There was always Indian. There
was always at least one in the episode.
Chris Hansen just waiting there. Have a seat.
And it's funny when some of them would think he's the dad. Like the dad's just in a suit waiting in the kitchen. Like,
with the news crew, right? With
yeah.
Have a seat.
With a folder full of all of your illicit, dirty messages to this child. How that show? It's so. I hate it, but it's so good to watch.
It's hilarious.
It's a good.
Because regardless, no matter what, they're fucked.
Oh yeah.
The police are already outside.
100%. Even if they don't pull up to the house, I've seen episodes where they're like, you know what, this guy keeps circling around the neighborhood. He's too afraid to get out. We're just gonna pull him over.
And they go get him.
Yeah, and they're like, what are you doing over here? Oh, you weren't gonna meet a 12-year-old girl? We have all these messages. You're like,
oh.
And they still get him on that with the intent of them showing up, which is crazy, but good. Get these creeps off the streets. Gross. Yeah,
there's some weirdos out there.
They're polluting the dating pool.
Because they're going after 12-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Or even boys. Oh,
and some of them are married. Some of them have wives and their own children at home.
That's what's worse. And now you're on national television. With Chris Hansen.
Oh no, it's Chris Hansen.
I love that episode. Oh no,
that was such a good episode of South Park.
It's Chris Hansen.
And that was the Tourette's one where Cartman fakes Tourette's and he ends up getting Tourette's.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin touch wieners.
Wieners. I do it at home.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I enjoy South Park. South Park has actually had some really great Halloween episodes.
I think one of my first ones that I actually remember was the Korn episode. I don't know if you remember Korn guest starred.
Oh,
it was like a Scooby-Doo kind of episode.
Yep.
And there was like Pirate Ghost.
The Pirate Ghost, right. Yep.
And then it was all Father Maxie trying to get everybody to go to church and be afraid of the devil. And
I don't remember that one. The first one I remember seeing was the zombie one with the pink eye. Okay,
that was season 1.
Yeah, it was pink eye. And they'd all turn into like zombies.
Everyone died in that episode, and then they were all...
That's how they came back as a zombie.
And then they were all back at the end of the episode.
And Chef was Michael Jackson.
He was.
Michael Jackson
from Thriller. Yeah, that was a good episode.
I enjoyed that. I mean, there's a lot of South Park episodes I really was... the Succubus episode is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, the Chef's parents.
With Tree Fitty.
With Tree Fitty.
The
Loch Ness Monster.
The Loch Ness Monster. I said, damn it, monster. Get off my lawn. I ain't giving you no Tree Fitty. How about just Two Fitty? Oh, now it's only Two Fitty.
Yeah, I would binge watch a few episodes of South Park Halloween episodes on Halloween. Also, The Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors.
Ah, yes.
All of those are just really good.
I'm not the biggest Simpson guy because I've never really got into it, but I have seen a decent amount of Treehouse of Horror, and I really like them.
See, grew up with The Simpsons. I remember when I was little, just sitting there watching it with my mom and my dad. And now that I'm older and there's more cartoons and stuff to watch on Fox, like Family Guy and American Dad, especially Bob's Burgers, like I kind of let The Simpsons take like a back seat. But now that I have FX Now, they actually have playlists for The Simpsons world. They have all the episodes, and you can literally just play every Treehouse of Horror episode, and it just goes through them, like different seasons randomly, like a shuffle.
Sweet. Like
an iPod shuffle mode for Simpsons episodes. And I forget how good the older ones are. They're like super entertaining. And they're a little creepy. It's like, how did they get away with this back in the day?
They were The Simpsons. At that time, they could do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, and it's funny because Marge still comes out and is like, warning, this might not be suitable for younger viewers. Because they're like creepy. Yeah, some of them died, but it's all resolved at the end. And
right? It was always like a circle. Like they would always come back and be like, oh, well, we still have to make new episodes. So Homer's still alive. Bart's still alive. Yeah. We're all good. And then the next episode would continue.
And it's funny because speaking of South Park, one of my favorite Treehouse of Horror episodes is when Lisa discovers a civilization on her tooth. And there's like this whole mini civilization growing on her tooth. She does this like science project. She has a microscope and she can see them growing. And then in South Park, they did the episode where Cartman finds out if you mix seamen and sea monkeys, it makes like little people in the aquarium.
Simpsons did it.
And Butters is trying so hard not to do like Bart Simpson like antics as Professor Chaos. And then when Cartman brings everybody in to show him his new discovery, Butters is like, aha, the Simpsons already did this. It was Treehouse of Horrors, it was Lisa's tooth and the civilization. And that, to me, because I totally forgot about that episode. Until
Simpsons did it.
Simpsons did it.
Simpsons did it.
Oh, I love that.
They're actually pretty cool with the Simpsons now, so they can make those little jokes with each other. And
they're doing a lot more with the animation, I've noticed. Ever since, like, I think Family Guy did that one episode where the mansion and they started killing off characters. I don't know if you saw that one where it was James Woods' mansion dinner party.
Okay,
it was like the most. It was like a drone flying, but it was cartoon, and I think they said that was the most expensive scene for them to produce for Family Guy. Yep.
I think I kind of gave up on Family Guy now.
I'm not the biggest fan. I will watch it because my love loves it so much, and sometimes I get over it, like, quickly, because some of the jokes are just so, and I hate to quote South Park, but they have nothing to do with the storyline. They're just cutaway jokes.
It is.
And it's just like oh, let's get a quick laugh in here.
Yeah.
And it's funny that Seth MacFarlane's like, those are the hardest jokes to write. Do you actually have manatees putting these jokes together?
That's where South Park came up with that idea.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes sense, because it's just, I mean, I forgot what episode it was when they were just randomly talking, and then he's just like, it was like the time when Ringo wrote a song for the Beatles, and then it would just flash over, and he's just like, oh, guys, I wrote this song.
Yeah.
I laughed because it's hilarious, but I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck? How'd that happen? We put it right here, right on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And you're like, but he also wrote, like, Octopus's Garden, and what, I get high.
Seth MacFarlane likes to make jokes, I think, at everybody.
He loves to make fun of Star Wars.
And he holds, like, he literally holds nothing back when it comes to it. He'll literally take a shot at everybody.
He makes fun of 9/11.
Yeah.
He's allowed to, though.
9/11.
He's allowed to make fun of 9/11 because he was supposed to be on one of those planes.
Which
he woke up late.
Insane.
He woke up late.
We would not have Family Guy if his assistant didn't get his flight wrong, and he didn't wake up late.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. No Cleveland Show. No American Dad.
No, what's the Oracle? What's the new one?
I've never even. What?
That new one he has?
He has a new one?
He has a new show.
Wait, is it the live action?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, I'm thinking
like Oracle or some shit like
that.
Yeah,
I've heard. I'm probably not going to get it.
I'm not going to watch it because I'm not a big Star Trek.
Nah, I'm good.
I like my Star Wars, not Star Trek. I like American Dad, though. There was a Halloween episode of American Dad with CeeLo. That was a Halloween episode.
That wasn't the hot tub one, though.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Really?
That's a Halloween episode.
I don't remember. I remember that episode, but I don't remember the Halloween aspect of it.
Because it was like a murdering hot tub So it was like a horror episode.
That's a bit reaching.
I love that episode. That episode's hilarious.
But as far... Okay, so TV shows, obviously we're binging on Halloween cartoons. And yeah, some 90s nostalgia. Scooby-Doo. I'm not a big Scooby-Doo person. I know. Is that bad?
Everybody loves Scooby-Doo. So what goes over Scooby-Doo?
As far as cartoons, like back in the day?
Yeah, it has to be back in the day cartoons.
I don't even know.
You got Flintstones, Jetsons.
Okay, Jetsons. I was definitely more of a Jetsons person.
I like the Jetsons.
Because I was like, yay, we're going to have all this stuff in the future when I'm an adult. No, we don't have shit.
No. They're working on a flying car and still not working right.
I wouldn't get in it. I'm too much of a, like, I'm a wuss. No, sorry. Those self-driving cars, those make me nervous.
Yeah, I have to agree.
No, I'm good. I already don't trust people on the road driving their own cars.
Imagine driving in the air.
No.
I'm afraid of heights. That would be even worse for me.
Yeah. What happens if you get in an accident? You fall? Yeah. There's so much, the risk involved. I'm good. But yeah, no, it's definitely more of a Jetsons. I was definitely, like, in my mind, a Judy Jetson. I wasn't, like, big with the Flintstones. I think I just more, like, I got more into the Flintstones when they came out with the movie.
Ah, with the Sprocket cockles.
Sure.
Yeah, like the Sprocket lockles.
See, I just liked, what's his name? Roseanne's husband. Crap, I'm forgetting his name.
Rick Moranis? Wait, Barney?
Roseanne's husband.
Wait, Roseanne. Oh, fucking John Goodman.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, no, I love John Goodman. As Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, he was a good Fred Flintstone.
I completely forgot Rick Moranis was Barney.
He was Barney.
Wow, and I was sitting there thinking that Little Giants was the last thing I saw Rick Moranis.
It would have to be Flintstones then.
Okay, huh?
I was like, hey, pretty.
Yeah, no, I liked the little Pebbles and Bam Bam because I did Pebbles for Halloween, I think, right after that because I was obsessed. And the whole...
That was it. Halle Berry was in that movie.
She was.
She was in that movie.
She was Mr. Slate's, like, sexy assistant.
Yeah. Yeah, she was pretty hot in that one, too.
She was.
She had, like, the short hair. I think that was possibly one of her first roles. Like, maybe top 3 roles.
Maybe.
Of, like, beginning-wise for her. Because she was young in that movie.
What did she start out in? She just did a lot of, like, tough. I feel like she did, I get a soap opera vibe from her.
No,
I don't know
I
why.
don't see that.
Really?
I can't see her doing soap opera. When did she do Belly?
She hasn't been in a lot. Her IMDb page is very small.
Well, once she did Gothica, nobody cared about her anymore.
Okay, so I was kind of close. She was in a show called Living Dolls in 1989.
Okay.
I can't even tell you what it's about because the show is a spinoff of Who's the Boss?
With Tony Danza?
Yeah. Charlie Briscoe is a friend of Samantha Maselli's who needs a new home. And it kind of just... Leah Remini was in it. Remini.
Oh my God.
Remini.
She was in fucking Saved by the Bell.
Reminina.
Leah Remini.
Look at how young and cute she is at the bottom.
Whoa, she can be done in that one. Yeah. But then again, she was in Saved by the Bell.
She was. She was a tough chick, wasn't she?
She was in when they were at the beach house.
So she did an episode, so Halle Berry did an episode of A Different World.
Really?
Yeah, one episode. It must not have been that good.
I have a feeling she was in Living Color.
She was in Boomerang with Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
She did a mini series called Queen.
Nope.
And then she did another movie called Fatherhood, and then she was in the Flintstones.
Okay.
And then
it took off from there.
A bunch of crap.
Okay, so she wasn't in Living Color.
No.
Damn it. Jennifer Lopez was in Living Color. She was one of the dancers.
Yeah. I don't see Halle Berry as like a comedy actress in Living Color.
She could have been.
Could you imagine her like pitching a character like, so I'm gonna be the nail technician that's got an attitude. Like I can't.
You can have her do the Hey Man. Remember the Hey Mans?
Yeah.
I like that one.
I feel like I don't think she would have done that. I feel like she would have.
They should put her on it. She is an Academy Award winner.
Yeah. Well, now.
Now, Monster.
Where is she? Yeah. I saw that movie with my parents.
It's fucking amazing.
My mother, I think I was like 14, 15. My mother had her hands over my eyes during every Billy Bob Thornton her sex scene.
They were fucking.
Oh my God.
They were fucking.
Make me feel good. I just remember hearing that with my eyes closed. I'm like, what's happening?
Diddy was in that movie, right?
Diddy was her husband.
He died in the beginning.
Yeah, he was.
Executed.
Keith Ledger was also in that movie.
Was he? I can't remember that one. Really? Was he?
He was Billy Bob Thornton's son, who was like the CO.
Really?
Like the correction officer in the prison. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta rewatch that movie again.
Because he's the one at the beginning of the movie that's like fucking hookers in like hotel rooms. And his dad.
Was Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta rewatch this movie again.
See, I keep seeing it on something like Amazon or Prime or Hulu or something, and I'm like, I could watch that again, but I'm not ready for the hardcore Billy Bob Thornton.
I just remember them killing Diddy.
See, I remember the son the most.
He was electrocuted.
Her chubby son that she keeps like giving shit because he's fat and like he's eating candy bars and she's slapping the candy bars out of his mouth. It was like, ugh, it made me uncomfortable to watch.
She won an Academy Award for fucking Billy Bob Thornton.
Gross.
Well, I mean, hey, you know, it's Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, he was fucking Angelina Jolie in the limousine while they were going to the Oscars, so.
They had to have been on some drugs in that interview.
Yeah.
They're like fully on ecstasy. They're just like, yeah.
And she was like, we were just in there fucking.
Ugh.
Oh, yes. Angelina Jolie with those lips.
And then she upgraded to Brad Pitt. Good for her.
With her, what is it? How many kids she has now? That she adopted? 8?
Like, I was going to say like 15. But
15?
I guess it's wrong.
Maybe 15. You might be right.
There's so many.
And you know Brad Pitt's just hating every moment of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on.
He's got a parade with him everywhere he goes.
He could have been with Jennifer Aniston.
He could have. But now she's with Justin Theroux.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Justin Theroux is?
Nope.
The Leftovers?
Nope.
Other Things? That's not a show. I'm just thinking he's been in Other Things.
Nope. I know that it could have been Brad Pitt, though.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Aniston, still hot.
She is. She's gorgeous.
Still hot.
And
no, really?
Who's in this?
No? Why?
I've never been a Jennifer Aniston.
I've
never been on that train.
Out of all the Friends characters, who are you more? Courtney Cox or Phoebe? None of them?
Joey. I know it.
Joey.
Joey, right?
You like Joey.
Sometimes you had to go Joey. I thought Chandler was cute at times.
Nah, Rachel out of the 3 girls for sure, but
yeah,
I was wrong.
See, I always had a thing for Ross.
Really?
Yeah. Was that weird?
I never understood why Jennifer Aniston even went after Ross. I mean, it was vice versa, and then
I think because he was safe. I think she knew he was a safe bet. Because Joey, I think at the end of the day, she knew he would have cheated on her.
Right. Plus, he was also an open-ended book.
If she would have dated Chandler, she probably would have killed him. Because
Chandler was the best, though.
He was hilarious, but I think it takes a strong psycho like Monica,
right,
to gather that. And if he would have been with Phoebe, they would have just been living under a bridge, just crazy all the time.
What was that? The one episode, I forget. I think he got one of the roles, and he's like, "Oh, mama, oh, dad," some shit like that. He comes dancing in. And it's when I first started watching Friends. And I think Ross was like, oh, I think he got the part. And he's like, either that or Gloria Estefan was right. The rhythm eventually is going to get you. And I started dying. And I was like, okay, I think I could watch this show now.
See, my favorite...
Because I got into it late. Way late.
My favorite quote is when Phoebe... What is her real name? Lisa Kudrow. Something happens with Jennifer Aniston's character, and she's just like petting her, and she goes, "Aw, Phoebes," and Monica and Rachel look at her, and they're like, "Phoebes," and she's like, "Yeah, isn't that what we call each other?" And she's like, "No, that's your nickname, Phoebe, Phoebes," and she's like, "Oh, I get it." That show, like. It has its moments where it really just, like, the writing on there was really
I think
good.
that character may have ruined her career, though, because I think the dumbness that she brings out in that character, they were like, you'll always be Phoebe.
We tried to watch The Comeback on HBO with Lisa Kudrow as the star, and it's like this fake reality show of her basically playing herself, but a more exaggerated version, and it's an actress who is very popular in the 90s that's trying to get a job on a sitcom in the 2000s.
And it's just not working.
And it's not working. She keeps getting casted as like the corny aunt, and there's like hot 20-year-olds and like midriffs, and they're all running around having sex, and she's like, hey, it's been 40 years since someone touched me, and it's just so hard to watch because it's Phoebe, it's Lisa Kudrow, and she's still gorgeous, and she still has that face. But yeah, compared to these younger actresses they're bringing in, it's like, no, of course you're not going to be the hot star of the sitcom in this universe where this show is taking place. But it was really hard to watch. It was like pulling teeth. They were really just trying to get more out of her, and I think we stopped like halfway through the series. It was like, I can't watch this anymore.
I think I might have given up on her in general. Like, I forgot what movie she was in. Damon Wayans was in it, and I watched it, and I was like, nope, she's only going to be Phoebe, and she's really not that great of an actress if she's not Phoebe.
And that's what sucks, is that when you play a character so well, like she did with Phoebe, no one can see you as anything
right
else.
there, that's what it is.
I've been there with like certain characters before. Like, I think if I ever saw Jason Alexander, George,
call it the curse of Jason Alexander.
Yeah,
Jason
George Costanza from Seinfeld. If I ever saw him in anything else, I'd be like, nope, that's not George. He's not an angry curmudgeon. Like, I can't watch this.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, he was in that?
He was Boris.
Oh my god.
He was in.
He had like a Russian accent.
He had the Russian.
Oh my god! Now I want to watch this.
It wasn't.
He was in Shallow Hal. He had the tail.
Shallow Hal. He had the tail.
He wasn't.
But he was
basically. But I remember in.
He was in something with Paul Rubens.
I remember in Shallow Hal, he's
like
basically George still.
Monkey.
There was something where Paul Rubens is like
wait.
Like he's chasing a monkey.
Dunstan checks in.
Yeah.
Wasn't Paul Rubens was in that? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Paul Rubens is in that movie.
Yeah, I remember him. I think Jason Alexander was in that one too, or I could be mixing things up.
Give me a pretzel.
That is a really good fucking movie. Dunstan checks.
I never saw Dunstan checks.
Oh my god, I used to love that when I was a kid. It was with a monkey. The monkey, I forget what the fuck. I'm pretty sure. Yes, Jason Alexander's in it.
Okay.
Who is the kid in that movie?
He's the concierge.
Yep.
Who is the kid? I don't think it's anybody special. Eric Lloyd.
Oh.
Wow, Rupert Everett was in that movie. And, yep, Paul Rubens is in it. Wow.
Why were all my favorite actors in the 90s concierge? Tim Curry in Home Alone, Paul Rubens, and Dunstan checks in.
That fucking kid is. You ever see, what's this?
Good job.
Santa Claus.
Oh, I love that movie.
The little kid.
How about,
He's
when
in-
am I
he's in
not
Dunstan
watching the
Checks
Santa Claus?
He's in Dunstan Checks In. He was in Batman and Robin.
What?
Sandlot.
The Sandlot. Sandlot's amazing.
You got it.
See, I was thinking of Monkey Trouble when you said the monkey movie.
Monkey
With
Trouble. I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
With the girl from Hocus Pocus, Thora Birch.
The main chick?
The little girl.
I don't think I've seen this movie.
I'm gonna grab another piece of Halloween candy.
No, I have never seen this movie. Monkey Trouble. Nope. Doesn't look like one of those movies I would have liked. But then again, I did like Dunstan Checks In, so. For some reason, that movie used to do it for me.
I just
That-
want some peanut butter M&M's.
What?
What?
Pieces.
Reese's
You
Pieces.
know what? I'm gonna grab some candy too, and I'm gonna put it over here. Because
I probably should have just grabbed the bag and up in one way. But
one piece of fucking.
I don't know. Jen showed me where the candy is and told me to get some.
Ooh, piece of candy. Piece of candy. Ooh, I said baby. Okay.
See, I loved Thora Birch in Hocus Pocus, which is one of my favorite Halloween movies, and I loved her in American Beauty.
She was in that?
Yeah, she was Kevin Spacey's daughter. Are you drawing a blank? You
I know Kevin Spacey's daughter, but I didn't know it was her.
Yeah, she doesn't look
Wow.
the same because she's got the dark lipstick and she's got the black hair. But
No, I gotta have to watch it again.
But I think she's mostly known as the little girl in Hocus Pocus that says Yabos.
She does her yabos.
Yabos.
Max with her yabos.
My brother likes your yabos.
He's just like, Danny.
It was at that moment I always wondered why her name was Danny.
I
Because I used to think Danny's a guy's name.
I think it was short for like Danielle.
Danielle.
Yeah.
But they never call her Danielle. They just call her Danny.
Because she was like a cool, like, rough and tumble, like, latchkey
She was a
kid.
tomboy.
Yeah.
Like she had balls.
Yeah.
When she stood right up to them and didn't give no shit.
Oh, yeah. Her brother was a bit of a
Well,
wuss compared to her.
For what, ice? This is ice. I like your sneakers, Hollywood. We would take your sneakers. I mean, really, you're the new kid in school. You beat someone's ass.
I would never wear someone else's shoes, even in an emergency
No.
situation. I'll go barefoot.
I wouldn't rob your
And these
sneakers
people
either.
are stealing shoes. Gross.
Hollywood. With the candy. They would take the candy. He gave them the candy. Like, come on, bro.
Bunch of grown-ass teenagers that just want a bunch of candy.
Yeah.
Upgrade. Get some beer. Steal some beer.
Right.
Nope, they want candy and sneakers. They had their priorities all out of whack.
Hollywood, the shoes fit fine.
Oh
And then he steals them back when they're hanging. Why?
He needed those shoes. Ice or Ernie hasn't been doing very much since Hocus Pocus.
Who was his friend's name?
Did you notice in the 90s every like bully group had like a ginger kid that was just like
Yeah.
tagging
one guy.
along?
That
There's
one
always
guy.
one redhead in the group.
They have to show everybody needs to be there.
Yeah.
So you got the.
We got one of everything.
This one has the short hair. He's got the long hair with the leather jacket. Ginger on the
I
side.
can't even I don't even feel like looking at their IMDb page to find this kid because I don't even know what he looks like now.
This is ice. And he has it right on the back of his head.
See, I keep thinking Little Giants. Ice don't play with
Icebox.
girls. Spike don't play with
Spike
girls.
don't play with girls. You can't pitch to Johnny. I'm Johnny.
What are your... So, Hocus Pocus is definitely one of my go-to Halloween movies.
Uh-huh.
Donnie Darko is definitely up
That
there.
movie's phenomenal. I had to watch the movie like 6 times to try to somewhat understand what's going on.
It's the best.
I watched it, I think, 10 times. And in
The
my
one who
mind...
made the movie.
And in my mind, I was like, yeah, I know what's going on.
Nope.
But then I watched the movie with the director's commentary on with Kevin Smith, a.k.a. Silent Bob. And holy shit, my mind was blown. They put like a whole... Kevin Smith dragged it out of the director what that movie was really about, what was going on, and I was just sitting there like... I'm an idiot. For the past 10 years, I have thought this movie was something completely different. But that movie was so beautifully done.
Mm-hmm.
The soundtrack was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The cast was great.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first saw it, I was like, is that Patrick Swayze?
That was.
Is that Drew Barrymore?
Fucking Drew Barrymore.
Who the hell? How did they get this cast? Like,
That
it was
good cast.
great. No.
And it was more of an underrated film at first.
Oh, yeah. It
Like,
has a
nobody
cult
really seen it.
following.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it took like 2 or 3 years for people to be like, wait, what? What is this Donnie Darko movie? And then it just took off from
I have
there.
Frank the Bunny.
Yeah.
And he was in Independence Day. When he took off his mask and I saw the missing eye, I was like, that's the fucking guy from Independence Day.
I'm surprised we didn't see any Frank the Bunnies at Spooky Empire. That
Yeah,
would have been a
true.
good costume.
I would have definitely taken a picture of it.
Especially because it's set in the 80s, right around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that would be like a lot of go-to Halloween costumes. I remember when it first came out, a lot of guys did the Donnie Darko costume, the skeleton with the hoodie.
I'll do that next year.
Oh yeah, lazy.
No, Frank.
Oh, that would be hard to
Frank
make.
the Bunny.
I feel like that would be hard to make
So, like,
unless
I
you
do
buy it.
You'd have to buy
make
it. I think you'd
I
have
have
to
to
buy
make
Frank the
it.
Bunny.
No, he just said I have to make
One of
it.
those voice box things.
Just thermal
It's
plastic.
2 hours.
I actually know somebody that has that tattoo on their arm. The 28 days
Really?
Yeah.
The actual time put on the arm?
dedication.
Yeah. That's some real
Dedication.
dedication because I wouldn't be that dedicated.
Yeah,
I love the movie, but
Yeah. I don't know. I was obsessed with it when I was in high school and it started to get the cult following. Me and my girlfriend like sat and watched it like every weekend when we could spend the night at each other's houses. I think we rented it the max amount of times at Blockbuster, which is an old-fashioned sentence.
Remember Blockbuster? I remember Blockbuster. You remember Blockbuster?
Oh my god, I remember like flexing at Blockbuster, getting candy.
Yes, that's right.
Oh my god,
you used to go to literally went to the movie theater. The way that's how they look at it. I'll rent this movie, but I can get my snow caps as well.
Yeah. It was the week, like, you go Friday night, you have your friends come over that night, and watch movies.
We're going to watch Clueless tonight, baby.
Yes! We're going to watch Jawbreaker. Like, all of those, like, good, like, they don't make movies like that anymore.
No,
like, they don't make those, like, teen cult classic movies, and if they are, they're so incredibly corny.
They turned them into television shows.
Ugh.
Netflix. That's where Riverdale came from. Riverdale reminds me of a show like a Jawbreaker or Clueless, but more Archie, obviously because it's based on Archie.
Yeah.
But like darker versions of this, because now they want everything to be more horror, more gory, instead of just saying, "Hey, this is a stupid show about a girl that likes to go shopping, and
But
she's
see,
rich." And Paul Rudd was in it.
If anybody ever read the Archie comics, that's not what it's about.
They sing "Sugar, Sugar" on that in Archie.
What?
Yeah,
oh yeah, no. Okay, I think you meant in the show. I'm like, no, they don't.
Oh no, that'd be amazing. They should put that out there right now. I want Riverdale to do a dark version of Sugar, Sugar.
Ooh, what kind of Skittles is these?
Those are the Doc Skittles.
Doc Skittles.
You know what? I think they might be bold. I might have some Skittles.
Ooh, they're pretty colors.
Wow, there's mad Twix in here. That's a little ridiculous.
Where is this from? Is this from Disney?
Disney, yeah.
Disney knows how to do the candy bags, man.
And fucking me and Malave were just walking around. We would skip over to... For some reason, when you skip over to them, they go literally like this. And 2 handfuls. And I'm like...
Disney knows how to do it.
Disney don't fuck around when it comes to that candy.
No.
Because they give you the right shit. They ain't giving you like candy corn and all that
These
shit.
are weird flavors. I'm not a fan.
They're the dark version. The Halloween version.
Alright, the blue one I'm not happy with. What are some of your favorite Halloween movies?
When I think of Halloween movies, I have to go to the actual scary movies, though.
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking... what would be my favorite scary Halloween? I do like The Conjuring.
So newer stuff.
If I had to go back in the day, though, then there would probably be like a lot of Freddy Krueger. Jason, until I got to Jason X when I wanted to shoot myself. Oh!
Yay!
Christian is back.
And Christian made friends.
Christian made friends. Well, that's good. Why is your face all red?
You winded?
Running around.
You want your water?
You only got a 10. You want some water?
Yeah, give him some water.
Here's the water.
What happened to my
Wow. Let's find out. Oh, what am I looking at?
sleeves up?
Oh, you were showing your muscles off.
Sleeves up.
You were stunned at the playground?
He made a girlfriend who's
You
the
did?
same age as him.
That's nice.
And a boy who's 1.
Well, that's always good.
They're actually Ron's... What's his name, Ron? No. Brian's niece and nephew. Niece's niece.
They know Ron.
Brian's niece.
Oh, they know Brian.
Brian's niece's kids. They live separately.
All right, so I also like Chucky. Chucky was also a big one for me.
Like the original Chucky's, like the ones from
Child's
the
Play,
80s?
Child's Play,
Okay.
Child's Play. I don't want. No, once we got to Bride of Chucky, I enjoyed it until we got to.
I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get Doctor. Yeah, I'm good.
Tell Mommy to open it.
Can you open this, Mommy?
Go by Mommy and open it. I guess I didn't pick the picture enough. Walk to Mommy.
Mommy.
See, I don't know why, but I kind of stick with,
Yes, honey.
like, I guess Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride.
I wasn't a fan of Corpse Bride.
I love
Too much
Corpse
Johnny Depp.
Bride. Too much Johnny Depp. When is there ever too much Johnny Depp?
The last, what was it? Where the Beast Star movie? Fuck, I can't remember the name. The Harry Potter side movie.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's in it, and it got me mad because Colin Farrell was really good in it until he turned into Johnny Depp, and I went, done with this shit.
I loved Johnny Depp in Tusk, which I think might be a new Halloween movie for us because we really enjoyed.
The one with Justin Long, the
Yeah.
Kevin Smith one. I've never watched. Johnny Depp was in that movie.
He is. He plays a very bit part, and he actually revives that part when he does Yoga Hosers with his daughter and Kevin Smith's daughter.
Oh. I have to watch it. I do hear it is pretty good though. I hear Justin Long kind of
Kevin
stretches
Smith
it.
wanted to do this whole Canadian horror trilogy with Tusk, Yoga Hosers, and I think there's another movie that's supposed to be coming out.
Didn't he do I Spit on Your Grave?
I don't think so.
Was
He
that
did Red State.
What? Oh, maybe that was it. I thought he did I Spit on Your Grave. You might be right. It might have been Red State. Was that the one with the girls holding like the gun? And like the shit.
That was awesome.
I Spit on Your Grave. I think that was Kevin. I could be wrong. I thought he did it.
No, Red State was about like kind of like an extreme version of the Westboro Baptist Church. Like this very like hateful group of evangelicals that are basically entrapping young boys on Craigslist looking for sex from hookers. And they have this woman like go meet up with them, and they just snatch them, take them, and they want to like sacrifice them in front of everyone in front of the church. Like, look at us kill these sinners, but shit starts going down because the FBI and the CIA realize what's going on, and it's like,
Which one's this called?
Red State.
Red State.
I was holding beer, and I can't find the chocolate. Look.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Take this to mommy.
And I'm seeing the chocolate. Okay.
It's great when Christian shows up because he wants to talk chocolate and he's happy with
Who
it.
doesn't want to talk chocolate?
Everybody loves to talk chocolate. There's a lot of if you want to go like horror wise, like I like how you said Nightmare Before Christmas because I would actually have to put that up there too. For some reason I forgot about that. I don't know why. Obviously Hocus Pocus you put up there.
For me, Nightmare Before Christmas, I can watch Christmas and Halloween.
And Halloween, yeah.
It's
Well, because it's
perfect.
both.
Yeah, it's perfect
It's
for
both,
both.
and it's really exciting. Oh, that's great. Go by mommy. I mean, what else would you really? Besides, let's try to stay away from the horror movie though,
Okay.
and see if we can try to find actual movies that are Halloween based, but not strictly as in the slasher films. You know, you're getting your screams.
See, that's
all
why
that
I like
shit.
Donnie Darko because it's
Right.
Halloween based.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
got
Donnie
a
Darko,
bit
yeah.
of mystery in it. It's not scary. No, it's scary. I was scared in parts.
The one part I think I had the jump scare when Frank was in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
When he was banging on it, because Frank just shows up. And
Yeah.
I was just like, oh no, fucking Frank the bunny. Right?
Not today, Frank. No way.
I love Frank. I'd be friends
I'm
with
trying to think.
him.
See, honestly, anything by Rob Zombie.
Yeah, obviously, if you want to go into like House of
The
Corpses, Devil's Reject,
For sure.
even Halloween.
His remake of Halloween.
the
was
first one,
amazing.
not the second one.
I didn't see the second one. I only saw the
Ooh,
first
that
one.
one's so bad.
Really?
There was too many unicorns in that shit.
Unicorns.
Sherry Moon's like on it like a unicorn every other fucking scene, and I'm sitting there like,
That's his wife. He loves her.
I mean, I love her too. She's baby. She's hot, but she shouldn't be on a unicorn. And she's always like, Michael, don't be bad on a fucking unicorn. She's on a white fucking unicorn, and I'm like, why is this happening? I get it. Rob Zombie's a crazy fuck, but there's too many unicorns in a Halloween movie. It doesn't work for me.
My poster's up.
It does not work for me in that
It's
way.
Marvel.
Your poster's up?
Yeah.
Where's the poster?
Right in my room.
Oh, go take a picture of it for me.
I'll
I'll see you in a little bit.
have it.
Alright, well, I'll come look at it in your room.
Right there.
Alright.
Look. Right there. Go quick.
He loves to tell us all the shit that happens in his life.
You know what? It's interesting because you know he won't keep secrets.
Yeah, no, you can't tell him a secret. He would walk out. If I told him that his mother, like, spilled the wine on the floor,
but don't say nothing
Under the
to her mom. And he would walk over and he would be like, Grandma, Mommy spilled the wine on the floor. But don't tell Mommy. No, flipped ass. You can't go tell. Forget it. You were supposed to tell. Nah, damn it.
How do you feel about like Adam's family? And dun, dun.
Adam's Family is the shit.
I wasn't a huge fan of the show.
The movies.
But the movies definitely. I tried to watch. It was just so, I don't know. I guess
The show?
older. Yeah, I saw it a few times on Nick at Night.
But I like the
TV
Munsters.
Land.
The Munsters was a good show.
The Munsters was funny. The Addams Family, I felt like was trying too hard. But
It's
the
more of a
movies,
movie.
the movie was good.
Yeah, it's more of a movie.
Christina Ricci was perfection as Wednesday.
She was.
For me.
She was.
I adored her.
And who played, what the fuck is the dad's name again?
Gomez.
Who played
Gomez
Gomez?
Adams.
It was, Raja Julia. Raja Julia? He was Bison.
Wasn't it Raoul something?
Raul Julia.
It's how you're trying to say
oh,
Raj
yeah,
Al Ghul.
Ra-
I'm like,
Raja-
he did
Raja
not.
Ghul.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Raul Julius.
Raul Julia, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, Bison. That's the only.
And
That's
he-
what I would
because he was
remember
Bison.
from
He was-
Street Fighter.
He was M. Bison. I remember
Man,
going,
man.
it's a shitty movie, but he's a good actor.
It was that movie.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Street Fighter.
But yes, I know he was in that. And Christopher Lloyd was,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Fester.
he was Uncle Fester. Who else was in that?
I'm drinking.
Joan Cusack.
She was in the second one.
She was in the second one. That was actually my favorite one.
That was a really good one because they took them out of their element. They put the kids at summer camp,
Oh, I love that one. With the
which was
Thanksgiving
hilarious. The camp counselors from hell that just kept trying to push these kids into doing more normal things. I don't know if you noticed, but Wednesday was the only brunette girl in that
Everybody
whole
was blonde.
camp.
They're all blonde.
And until like she found like the Misfits group, where it was like an Indian girl with a cast and like a chubby girl with headgear braces,
And they took over the Thanksgiving.
she found the
festival.
one Jewish boy in the whole camp and it became her boyfriend. I think he ended up being the head elf in Santa Claus. That's the same
Bernard?
guy.
I love
Bernard.
Bernard.
Wait,
Yeah.
that was
He plays
Bernard?
a lot of stoner roles now.
Now he's
Well, he was in a lot of like the White Castle movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Harold and
He was
Kumar.
Harold.
So he's a guy
he was
sitting on the
inside
couch playing video games and
with the other guy from American
I
Pie.
see him, I go, Bernard.
It's fucking Bernard. He was
yeah,
in
they're-
Numbers. He was in the show Numbers.
Yeah,
that's
he
how
was.
that's how I remembered it was him because I'm like, is that fucking Bernard? And my dad was like, yeah, that's the guy from Santa Claus. I'm like, it's fucking Bernard. He'll always be Bernard to me though.
Mm-hmm.
He's the head. He gives you a globe. Anytime you shake it, your father shows up. It was a touching movie.
That was
like, ooh.
Crow.
Bernard was one of
Oh, The
That's
Crow.
Halloween
Yes, The
based.
Crow is an awesome movie. The first one, at least.
Yeah, that was a Halloween-based movie.
Brandon Lee.
I've only seen that like twice. And I couldn't get I understood everyone's obsession with it, and when I read the whole backstory about how Brandon Lee actually died while shooting that, what a horrible mistake to make with putting an actual bullet in his gun on set.
He died. Isn't that how Bruce Lee died? He died filming Bruce Lee, but he was like sick or some shit. I think it was.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how his father died filming.
Yeah,
He died
filming.
filming.
What kind of curse was put on this poor family that would lead to that? Then I think that's also what made it like hard for me to watch the first time. I'm like, oh my god, I know this guy's gonna
When you know
die
the
like
scene.
in this
And
movie.
you know that
When he
scene
jumps
too.
over
Yeah.
the table.
Yep. You know that scene when it happens, and you're just like, oh, that's when he died.
That's
right
rough
there.
to watch. Yeah, I think that's probably why I've only seen it twice. Like, but I get why everyone's. It's
a very good movie.
It's a cult classic for so many, and there's even been an episode of South Park where the devil throws a Halloween party and he says, "No one dressed like the Crow," because it's been done a lot. Guys just want to, do
It's
the
Sting.
makeup.
You just do the Sting. You put
Yeah.
the white face, you put the fucking black, you put the black lipstick on, you walk around with the leather jacket, and you're Sting. But now you're the Crow.
And literally, Sting was such a fan of the movie, he turned himself into the Crow just for his wrestling gimmick.
Do you remember? Do you remember the movie Witches?
Yes.
That's when
Angelica Houston.
Was that when they turned the little kid into
a
the
mouse?
Yeah. At the hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
That movie scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Into the witches with
when
the
I
big
was
ass noses,
oh my god, they turned into like rat, like alien creatures.
Yep.
And like, I remember Tim Curry has a very interesting.
Tim Curry was in it?
He had a very interesting like musical number at the beginning of it.
He was in that?
For like briefly.
I haven't seen that movie in a really long time. But I do remember when they do turn into witches, it scared the shit out of me. Because I remember the little fat kid that used to eat the chocolate. He turned into the fat rat, and the other kid, because he caught him. I remember being free. It was a Disney movie. Right? Was it Disney?
No,
It was Disney
definitely.
Channel. It was Disney Channel.
You know what? No, Tim Curry wasn't in that. He was in The Worst Witch. My bad.
Nah, I never seen that.
I always get those confused. 80s witch movies. Teen Witch was also good, but it's not really a Halloween movie.
Teen Witch. Wow. I remember Teen Witch.
Top that.
Top that.
Yeah,
Top that.
remember
Oh
Teen
my
Witch.
god, that movie was so
What
good.
about Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
What was it?
And you open that up.
Like
Sabrina
the
Teenage
like
Witch.
Melissa,
I thought she was hot
Melissa Joan Hart.
at that time.
Okay, I wasn't a
I don't
fan.
think she's hot anymore.
No, I wasn't like I watched the show just because I thought I liked watching the shenanigans her aunts and the cat would get into
I like
in
the
Salem. But I wasn't a huge. I don't know. I loved her as Clarissa Explains It All.
Yes.
She's still
I used
Clarissa.
to always
in
want to
mine.
go to Pearl Jam concert. Was it Pearl Jam or REM? I think it was Pearl Jam.
I think it was Pearl Jam.
When he used to show up at the window and he used to be like, "Got to take us to Pearl Jam."
I was so like confused because my mother raised me a certain way, and I would never have boys just crawling in and out of my bedroom. So willy nilly,
right.
my mother would have whooped my ass.
I agree.
Sam's just in and out of her bedroom all hours of the day and night. Like, how does that happen?
It only happens because it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Because it's Clarissa and she explains it all. And the way it works is anybody at that time was allowed to go through your window.
I remember
Back in the day, that's how it used to be.
there was
At
an
least in the houses.
There was an episode of that show that still really bugs me. She goes to the mall with Sam. She's in this store. She decides it'd be funny if she tries on lingerie. She's a teenager. I think she's like 14, 15. Mm-hmm. Somebody pulls the fire alarm in the mall. She throws on her coat over the lingerie and leaves.
So she robbed it.
And then the rest of the episode is her trying to figure out how to sneak this lingerie back into the store without them. She's still a child. She's afraid her parents will find it. And it's like this telltale heart. Like, the lingerie is in her trunk. She's got to get rid of it. She's afraid someone's going to find it. She's also a child with like a corset bustier with like garter belts and like all this nonsense. And I think at the end of the episode, she wears it under an overcoat to the park and just leaves it there. Like, takes it off and just leaves it there, which is ridiculous, but
why don't you just keep it? It's yours. You got
save
away
it
with
for
it.
a few years when you're older.
You got away with it. Go
That
on.
episode still really bugs me. I remember I was like 7 or 8 when I saw that, and I was like, "You're not supposed to wear that. Like, how is this happening? What's going on?" And Sam was like trying to help her. Like, he was so friend zoned. He didn't even.
He was friend zoned.
He was that poor boy.
He was
stuck.
that would be the main definition of friend zone because
Yeah.
he always had the Pearl Jam concert tickets and she never went.
Huh.
I don't remember any episode of them going, you know what? Let's go to that Pearl Jam concert. He
No.
always had the Pearl Jam tickets, but she never went. Yeah, she was definitely friend zoned.
Oh yeah.
Like hard body too.
You think you ever, like, when they went to college, she was like, "Hey Sam,
That you want to fuck?
yeah, let's."
He was just like, "Nah, I got Pearl Jam tickets. I'm
Yeah, I gotta
bounce.
go to the Pearl Jam show.
Probably dance for another.
Yeah.
with another chick. I can see that.
I wonder what he looks like now. Now I'm
Who
seeing.
played him? Was it anybody big?
No.
I don't think so. Watch, it was probably the guy from fucking 90210.
It was Jason Priestley at his
Yes, there you go. Jason person. Who was it? I'm now. That is something that is gonna bother me now.
Okay.
Okay, who was the actual actor?
Okay, Sean O'Neill.
Sean O'Neill. That sounds a little familiar.
Why is my phone?
Sean O'Neill. Okay.
Oh, boom! Here he is. He's kind of a Baldwin. He's cutie. The mom hasn't aged at all. Jesus, Ferguson's bald now.
Wow, he didn't do shit.
Ferguson.
Whoa, very nice.
Yikes.
So he's done nothing.
No.
He is from Tampa, Florida, though, and he's 40 years old.
Well, you know they used to film that show in Orlando.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, the Nickelodeon Studios.
Nickelodeon Studios. It's funny because my stepbrother and my stepsister, like, they went on a trip to Universal Studios.
They used to have that there. I remember.
And they actually got cast as extras while they were waiting in line.
Oh, really?
And they were in the episode, the cafeteria scene, in the episode of Closer Explains It All, where Ferguson's running for president, and you see like my doofy stepbrother like moving a tray along the cafeteria line, just waiting to get his lunch. And then there's like my stepsister sitting in the back pretending to have a conversation with somebody at a table about nothing because they have to be mute extras. Like,
right, you have to be like,
very animated, but make no noise because it's not about you. It's about the conversation happening in front, which I thought was hilarious. Sometimes we bust that out during the holidays and embarrass them because they're now married and have kids.
Nice. I remember going to that and playing, what was those other games they had? What was the Guts?
Oh, do you have it?
And you had to go and you had to play these stupid games at the Nickelodeon studio. I remember they should bring, I mean, they're never going to, but
no.
It'd be great if they brought that back because it was actually
Legends
pretty
of the
cool.
I heard they're doing
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
I heard
they made a movie.
They're making they already made it?
They made the movie, yeah.
It's out?
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh no.
It's not good. It's like they tried to take Temple Run and somewhat Legends of the Hidden Temple. You can't turn a game show into a movie.
No.
It's like, let's make a Family Feud movie. Like, I don't get it. That's not going to work out
well.
well.
There's this family of 5 next door.
Against this other family of 5.
And they're just trying to think of things.
It's the Johnsons
that are all
versus
the same
Smiths.
topic. Get out of here. No.
It has to be black versus white because, you have to get Steve Harvey involved.
Yeah, I was curious how that was going to work out, but now that you say that it was terrible.
No, it was disappointing.
I'm not surprised.
Just bring the game back.
Yeah, people would much rather see the game. Heck, you could even do a whole season where it's like alumni. Like, bring back all those kids that went on like the first few seasons, see what they're up to now.
They're in their 30s, 40s. They're like, yeah, I'm still Purple Parrot, the Silver Snake, Red Barracudas.
I still do the monkey puzzle every morning to make sure I still got it.
They had that at New York City Comic Con last year. Me and Alex did it. He ended up beating me doing it, but
it was 4 pieces. I don't know
cool.
how it took everyone so long.
That shit is fucking hard. That shit ain't fucking 4. Yeah, it's 4 pieces, but it's not that easy. Okay, you gotta
put it in. Push it down
because you gotta swivel everything, then you gotta push down when you get to the head. It's not easy. That's why he beat me because I was like, wow, this is actually hard. He dropped the toilet seat on his ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Oh, God.
Imagine we'd be going to the hospital right now.
Is that what happens with boys?
Why are you naked?
If that happens, I mean, I'd give you a round of applause and ow, shit.
He's butt naked.
Oh, he's butt naked?
Butt naked.
Butt naked.
Yeah. Put some clothes on, please. Fucking weirdo. But wow. Yeah, we did our Halloween talk and we really ventured off.
We have.
Obviously. But this is part of the show. We have to venture off. It's how everything works. But I'm glad we're talking Legends of the Hidden Temple.
No, we've definitely. I like that we're doing a lot of nostalgia,
I
like
always
90s
wanted
talk.
to do that though.
90s.
Have you ever wanted to go on Legends of the Hidden Temple? Because I wanted
100%.
that and Wild and Crazy Kids.
And Guts, because I wanted to climb that glitter mountain.
Double Dare. That was the other fucking thing. Double Dare.
Oh,
That
with
was
Mark
the other one.
Summers.
Yes, Mark Summers was on Double Dare.
Yeah. I also wanted to do Figure It Out.
Figure It Out.
Which was later.
Yep.
But I never had a talent at that age. So I was like, what could I do?
But their talents were stupid.
There was one, I remember this girl fit herself through a wire dry cleaner hanger. She just bent it and just put
One
it.
of the talents, I remember watching it, and one of the talents was that I do karate. And I was like, I do karate. I have a 3rd Dan black belt. I can go on that show. Or one of them was like, I can do the little fucking this shit from Revenge of the Nerds. And I'm like,
How? But what were they trying to guess? Like, I could do, like, the finger thing? Like, how do
They
you
would
guess
have to figure
that?
the name.
There's
Like,
a name to this.
What
I don't know
what
what it is.
was Lori Beth Denberg trying to figure out?
Yeah,
He
it
was saying.
it was always the all that cast.
Yeah,
You
it
had Josh
was-
at the other end.
It was
like,
Danny Tamborelli, Lori Beth Denberg, Josh Silver,
yeah, I
something
don't
like
remember
that.
his last name.
And usually
Kel Mitchell. And then you're like, oh.
yeah, and then usually the girl that played Roz Perot.
Mm.
She was my favorite. I forgot her name, but she was adorable. I loved her. And then once they put Britney Spears' little sister on all that, I
That's
stopped.
what it was getting tense.
I stopped watching. I was like, I'm done.
I remember one of the talents was to have their dog do a flip, and I was like, I don't understand how that's your talent.
I remember that one. And I think even Summer Sanders was like, all right, fuck it. Let's roll with it. Who wants to guess what his dog can do?
Yeah, it's like, this is Jim, and Jim has a secret talent that his dog can do. What can your dog do? My dog can do backflips. Has nothing to do with you, but let's find out. Let's see if our celebrity guests can figure out which one it is.
That was, no, those...
And they get slimed if they said the
90s
secret word.
Nickelodeon was so good, and if you try and watch Nickelodeon now, it's like, what is
I can't
this
do it.
trash?
I can't do it.
What,
Stick Stickly. Remember Stick Stickly?
Oh my god! Every time I ever had a popsicle, I would try to draw on eyes, but you need the googly eyes.
You did the googly eyes.
And like a little bean, and I just to drive my mother nuts with that.
Stickly.
And there were so many like mail-in offers with like Lunchables, like get your own Stickly,
Yep.
or to like get like GAC or what. And I
Oh my god, Jack.
signed my poor mother up for so many like dumb mail-in like just advertisements by doing that. And she got so mad at me one year because I would like just sit, record like the address on the commercial that they'd post and like write it down, send in like my rebate or whatever.
Give me a Stick Stickly.
I want a Stickly. And then when we moved to Orlando from Port St. Lucie, I thought I was going to be like in the heart of it. I thought I was going to be living. Orlando's freaking huge.
Yeah.
It was
it's
nowhere
pretty
near Nickelodeon Studios.
Nope.
Nowhere freaking near it. But whatever. I've moved on. I'm over it. Not really. I'm still
good.
bitter.
Not really. You still want a Stick Stickly.
I still
you get your
do.
popsicle sticks. You make your own Stick Stickly.
And I don't even think they have Nickelodeon Studios anymore.
No, they tore it down.
Why?
It's gone.
What are they going to put there?
I don't know. The
All
the Nick at Night
All my.
Studios.
Could you imagine?
That'd be great. I'd love to.
Like
go
an
to Are
I
You
Dream
Afraid
of
the
Jeannie
Dark?
set.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, okay, Nick
That.
at Night. I'm thinking like like.
No, you went a little further.
See, that was like, what was their Saturday night thing called? It was like, it wasn't Splat.
No.
Snick.
Snick.
It was Snick.
Yes, that was called Snick. Very
Yeah.
nice.
And that was
Very
Are You
nice.
Afraid of the Dark?
Uh-huh.
That show terrified
It was definitely scarier than
the
Goosebumps.
crap out of me.
Definitely scarier than Goosebumps.
See, I read the Goosebumps books. The show didn't scare me, but definitely Are You Afraid of the Dark? Definitely got an episode for each fear.
Mm-hmm.
They had an aliens. They had mummies. They had
Clowns.
The dollhouse one freaked me out. When that girl goes back to her grandma's house to see her friend, and her friend's gone missing, and she goes to the house to see, and there's like a dollhouse in there, and her friend's trapped, and it's her friend's porcelain doll. Like, it's so creepy. That show, that definitely gave me a few nightmares. I definitely remember keeping my mom up one night after seeing the one of the kids from what was the camp show? Camp on Awana.
No, don't know that one.
You don't remember the camp show?
No, there was a from Nickelodeon
Yes.
camp show.
It was about Salute Your Shorts.
Nope.
You don't remember Salute Your Shorts?
Nah, I think I might have been over my Nickelodeon at that time.
No, it was early.
Salute your shorts.
I remember they had Hey Dude, which was about a dude ranch.
Okay, I remember Hey Dude.
And then they had Salute Your Shorts, which was all about a summer camp.
Salute Your Shorts. Nah, I never watched this.
Really?
Nah. Nope.
That was a good show.
This was definitely not one of my shows.
It wasn't
Wow,
as...
they didn't even last that long. It only lasted a year.
No. But when you're a kid,
26
it went on for like...
Yeah, it went on forever.
For like 3 years in my mind.
Oh, wow. Nope. And there was nobody popular on this show.
They don't make shows like... Okay, Donkey Lips was on that show. He did
Michael
stuff...
Bauer.
Yeah, he did stuff. Did you ever watch Pete and Pete, The Adventures of Pete?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. That was a very indie show. Like, I don't think Nickelodeon has ever touched a show that is even close to that
So
since
Pete
then.
and Pete?
Yeah.
I haven't watched Nickelodeon, so I can't anymore. It's not the same.
But they don't do like it. That show was so, I think, ahead of its time. I think if they showed it, like if they reshot it now, I think it would do really well because it's kind of, I don't know, it's got these like bits that are just so weird and random. But
Adult humor type?
Yeah, not really adult humor. Like Michelle Trachtenberg started on Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Oh my god. I remember her.
She was the girl with the cast, but her arm wasn't broken. She actually had like a whole wall of casts that she would just switch out every day. It was just like her thing. She just always had a cast. And they like, it was, I don't know, I guess to me it's kind of like an indie hipster kids show. Like it had like a alternative music soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like iCarly or like Selena Gomez singing. It was
iCarly. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jade actually at New York City Comic Con interviewed Pete and Pete.
Really?
For our Who You Got challenge.
I remember that. I did see that video.
She did, yeah. Yep, she interviewed Pete and Pete, which is pretty cool. And they cursed.
Good.
And I was like,
Good for
that's
them.
what I wanted to hear. I didn't need them to be all Nickelodeon with us. They were straight up.
Well, no, because
saying
I
fucking shit.
know Danny Tamborelli does like improv stuff now. Like he has like a improv group that he does like comedy shows. I think in LA with. But I've definitely like that was Pete and Pete, Salute Your Shorts. Like that's what I grew up with. Like I remember that being like my little weekend
Never watched
binge
the show.
fest. Yeah.
I know Pete and Pete, like I'd seen it, but I was never a big fan of Pete and Pete, so I didn't really stick to
See,
it.
I didn't understand what was going on most of the time because I was young, but I was like, I like this cast, girl. I like the shenanigans these two brothers are getting into because Danny Tamborelli was always getting his brother into some bullshit.
Remember me? What was it? My brother and I, the two black kids.
Oh yeah, Goo Punch. I remember their friend Goo.
What about Skeeter? My cousin Skeeter.
See the puppet
He
show.
was the puppet. Yeah.
That's when Nickelodeon lost me.
Really? Because I liked that one.
I didn't like that one.
I liked my my Smart Guy. I think Smart Guy was on.
That was like a TGIF.
Yeah,
night.
but that always reminded me of my cousin Skeeter for some reason. Because I think maybe it's because Taj always looked like my cousin Skeeter. I remember Jason Weaver. I was
he's Tia and
Tamara's brother.
little brother.
He was in.
He did not
Baby
age
Daddy.
well.
No, he was in Baby Daddy.
He was.
On the, I don't even know what they call it. It used to be Fox Family, but I think they switched it.
See, I liked Smart Guy, and then they did an episode about pedophile, and that was like, whoa, this got serious.
Wait, did they really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that
Some
one.
guy wanted to take photos of them.
Oh, no, I've never seen that one. I think that's what it made
And
me.
it was like, no.
That'd be a little too much, because that's
And I
sort of
was
a
like,
joke.
this is rough. Like, I can't watch
You
this.
gotta pick your poisons when it comes to shows. That show doesn't need a pedophilia type
No,
of
they didn't need to
feeling.
do like a serious, like, I understand they want kids to be aware of the dangers out there, but it's Friday night program and you're sitting at home with your family and you just want to have a good time.
Yeah,
It's the end of the week, you're done with school, you got the weekend, like, let's have a good time. Let's not remember about all this, like, scary shit out
Yeah,
there.
there's sick people out there. And it usually would be David Cross playing that character. He looks
David
like
Cross
David
makes
Cross.
a terrible or a great, terrible person. Like,
He could be a good pedophilia kind of guy.
Oh, if you've ever seen Mr. Show on HBO, he can effortlessly move between horrible characters. Like, he plays such a good creep. He plays such a good idiot. He's a mess, but I love to watch him, especially on Arrested Development.
Yes, he is very good on Arrested Development.
He killed Tobias Funke. Like, I love that show.
He is Tobias because of that.
100%. Have you ever seen his rant when the cameras were not rolling? They recorded it. I watched the Arrested Development documentary, and he actually went on like a 7-minute rant about how that show just kept getting the shaft by Fox. Like, it won awards, but they gave him like shitty time slots. They never promoted them correctly because the show came out at a time that America wasn't ready to, like, I guess, laugh at the upper class. And that's what that whole show is making fun of upper class people and their mentality and their ideologies and all that mess. And it really just hit home because my parents have friends that are like the Bluth family. I've met these people. That's really how they are. The fact that none of them know what an actual chicken sounds like is the best ongoing joke in that whole show. Honestly. That would be a good Halloween costume, Tobias Funke. Just blue and jean shorts. You could pull that off easily.
I enjoyed Jason Bateman. And that show to me always reminded me of Bateman. I think that's mainly because how I really got into Jason Bateman was because of that, knowing though he was in other movies.
Yeah.
Because I'm obviously Dodgeball, and you're like, oh shit, that's Jason Bateman. But when it was Arrested
I don't
Development,
remember him in Dodgeball.
He was Colin. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm shocked. Like, that was shocking. I'm shocked, Colin.
Wow.
Or it was Cotton. Yeah. He was spiky hair. That was fucking Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman's in a lot of movies, side character wise.
See,
nowadays, Jason Bateman's the main guy.
See, I feel like I never watched Arrested Development when it was actually on TV. It definitely was one of those people
on Netflix
that got into it way later. I had a friend that had it on DVD, and I was watching it at her house. I'm like, this show's hilarious.
It's a funny ass show. The mom, I believe, is in Archer. If I'm not mistaken.
She does a voice in Archer.
She's the boss, and she always has a drink in her hand, just like she does in Arrested Development.
Oh wow, he is. God, he looks so young in Dodgeball. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
God, Jesus. And that must have been like right in the middle of Arrested Development.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah.
Because he was really young during that one. And he was in a lot of shit. Jason Bateman's been around for a long time. I think it might have been Arrested Development that really pushed him up a little more, but now it's Jason Bateman.
Yeah,
He doesn't change anything.
Ozarks was amazing. I don't know if you saw that on Netflix. If you haven't, you should.
No, I've seen Bad Words, obviously. What's it called? What's the one with Charlie Day? And
Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses.
That was hilarious. Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my God. Jennifer Aniston is so hot.
As the horned up dentist.
I think it's impossible that if I was Charlie Day and she wanted to bang, I think I'd be like, okay, I think you have to.
Even if it was that aggressive
it's okay.
and scary, okay.
I think if I was even married, my wife would be like, no, it's
Jennifer Aniston.
It's okay.
You're fine.
That's Jennifer Aniston.
Hall pass.
You have to fuck. Oh my God, that's a hall pass.
That's for sure a hall pass.
That's definitely a hall pass because Lord, she's hot and she was a horny bitch, and I would have been down for it.
But we are actually running out of time.
We are.
And this has been a way interesting episode.
We've gone
from Halloween to Nick at Night to Jennifer Aniston twice.
We brought it back to Jennifer Aniston.
We're gonna finish at Jennifer Aniston.
Back
to back.
Mr.
Malavi is gonna feel good about that. But I like how we spoke about Jennifer Aniston, how hot she was on Friends, finishing off how hot she is in Horrible Bosses, and that we both would do her.
Yeah.
And that's great. So I think it's time to say goodbye.
Aww,
it's time to end it off.
It is.
And I'll start off by saying goodbye. Of course, my name is Tommy James, Mr. Oh So Smooth, and this has been a great episode. This was an excellent pick that you had, even though we only stuck to it a certain amount of times. But that's kind of how this show works.
We got distracted.
It's okay. That's how this show works. We talked about a lot of great things. We talked about Halloween, how much we love Halloween, and how much, again, we would do Jennifer Aniston.
And that to me is huge. I'm really happy about that.
We even talked about the Flintstones.
We did.
And the Jetsons.
Oh, and Halle Berry.
Oh my god. This is going to be a fun episode to re-listen to. I'll tell you that much.
This is Ashley Stashbox saying thank you for listening. This has been a lovely walk down nostalgia, talking about Halloween, 90s TV, 90s movies, everything. And I can't wait to do it again next Monday at my house.
I think we have to do an episode strictly about Nickelodeon.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
We'll
Literally
discuss that one.
my favorite discussion.
Only Nickelodeon. Maybe we'll do it next week. It's my topic, so we'll make that just
okay.
We'll figure it out. If you get the drift on that one. But yes, next week we'll be at the Stashbox, the stash layer as she calls it, and yeah. So see you next week. Don't forget Thursday obviously is the New York City episode. So I hope that one's gonna be good.
I can't wait to listen.
I hope it's good. It's Mr. Malave's topic.
Ooh.
So it's probably gonna be something that he still doesn't know what he's talking about. Back to back.
Back to back.
Back to back. What happened to your ride?
What happened to your ride?
What happened to your ride? And cheers.
Cheers.
To yet another episode. This is round 2 of the Florida edition. I'm Tommy James. Of course, Ashley Stashbox.
Ashley Stashbox.
Peace.
Bye.